Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated economist here. So I just drove home and back to work. I let my dog out, and along the way, I listened to two videos. I listened to one on the way there, Jordan B. Peterson video, and then I listened to a Mind Smash video on the way back. And it's something that I always knew, but it kind of just occurred to me how real it is to set a goal and how that goal can change your life. And it's the worthy pursuit of that goal. A lot like what Earl Nightingale was talking about. And I think about my life over the last few years since I started this YouTube channel and the dramatic shift in changing that has occurred within, not only within me, but just in my life in general. It's just not the same as what it once was. And I think about what it is that I did that got me here. And it was setting of an unrealistic goal. Like, my goal was very, seemingly unachievable at the time that I set it. At the time, I had no clue of what it was that I was going to do. I didn't have, this inspiration of thought of being able to actually achieve these things. I just had this goal of being able to have a stable place for my family to live. A time in my life where I didn't stress about bills. The ability to do things for fun without consequence of depriving another part of my life in order to do it. This was my goal, was to have a relaxed life. And the actual attaining of that goal, or the progression to acquiring of that goal, which is very real for me, is not as rewarding as I thought it would have been. And now I'm realizing it's not the acquiring of the goal, but the pursuit of that goal that really drives you. And having an unrealistic goal is how you are able to achieve some of the greatest things in your life. There was a time in my life I was very much an alcoholic. I had no money. I had no way of saving money. I was deeply in debt. And my pursuit of doing better in my life was not really at the top of my thoughts. I didn't even know that I was, supposed to do that. I didn't really have any goals anymore. My goal to get out of debt was only getting worse. It was just I was going deeper into debt. But then something happened where I had to think differently. All of a sudden there was something in my life that was forcing me to do not just for myself, but then to do for a whole. And that's the way I started looking at it. Is that this isn't a failure option here. Failure is not going to happen here. You have to do much better than anything that you have ever done. To set a goal that you're going to be out of debt and own a house and have cars and go on vacation and be able to pay bills at will when you're sitting in a gutter drunk and have no means of making money, that's a pretty high goal, And so as I started pursuing this idea that I was going to do it, all of a sudden the things in my life started changing. And the people around me started changing as well. And I realized that a lot of people didn't like the change that was taking place. And even the people that I am starting to recognize who are changing their lives, and I realize it within myself that I don't like the changes that they're doing, and that's because I'm accustomed to what they were. And I want them to be that. Much like people wanted me to be who I was. And as I started to grow away from a lot of the things in my life that I once had, I realized that I'm turning into an entirely different person now. I'm not the same individual I once was. I don't think the same way. I don't listen to the same music. I don't have the same friends. I don't have anything in my life that once was what it was. It's all new to me. And so I realized it's that goal. It was that unachievable goal that I had. I mean, you think about it. There was a time in my life I said I wanted a YouTube channel that was popular, that paid me. I would be out of debt. I would have, nice things in my life. And outside of having the mortgage payment, I really don't have any debts. I don't have credit card debts, student loan debts. I don't have debts, right? I just have this house payment. And like a lot of people say, you got to pay for a place to live no matter what. So I don't really consider it that bad of a debt, even though it's real expensive. There could be worse things, is I guess I'm getting at. Credit card, expensive cars, stuff like that. So this unrealistic, unachievable goal that I had when I was deeply in debt and wanted a YouTube channel and no stress for bills and all this stuff in my life, well, I got there. And I realized then that my goals needed to go higher. Like, I didn't know what to do. People ask me all the time, I was like, what are you going to do with this channel? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I'm doing this. Like, I just get out here every day and I talk about my, thoughts on economics, some of the articles I read and what I think is going to come into the future, but I don't know what is it that I'm supposed to do. I realize it's because your goals have been achieved, like those unrealistic goals back in the day, you're getting closer to them. You haven't set higher goals. You need to be much higher than where they are. I'm thinking now, it's just like, man, what is it that I need to do? Like, what is it that my goals need to be now? Like, what is it that I need my life to someday, get to in order for me to keep advancing? Because if you don't have that goal, you're going to slip, right? You don't have, like, that pursuit, that drive, then what is it you're going to do? I mean, you're going to plateau out. So I think about, like, what it is that every one of us has to have and within us to be purposeful, a purposeful goal, an intent, a worthy pursuit of that. And everybody has it in them. There's whether it's art or music or economics or whatever it is. I mean, there's a million things out there for somebody to be having a worthy goal towards, the pursuit of, to grow as a person that has you constantly learning. Right? There's no better teacher in the world than you. There's nobody else who is going to try and find the answers to questions more than you will, if you start asking them, if you ask enough of them. People ask me all the time, how is it that I learned so much about economics? I just never stopped asking questions. I would constantly ask, what is this? What is it? What is it? How does that work? And if I read something I didn't understand as I was reading a Federal Reserve speech, I would go and research that. And sometimes it would take me 2 or 3 days, 4 days to get through a speech because I had to learn all the little different things that they were talking about within the speech because I just didn't understand. Along the way, I was able to pick up more information, and now when I read articles or read speeches, I really get a good grasp of what it is that they're talking about. This can be done for anybody and anything. It doesn't have to be economics. It's that worthy pursuit of a goal. But not just a worthy pursuit of a goal, but an unrealistic goal, an unachievable goal, one that you think is impossible to achieve, but then one day you're there. That's what it's all about. You don't want to achieve that goal. You want to so unrealistically high that you're constantly in the pursuit of it and make it a worthy goal. This is what I'm thinking about. And soon, I'm going to be pursuing that goal. That unrealistic, unachievable goal. It's what you need. It's the thoughts of what it takes to get there that brings everything in your life, into light. You will bring the people around you who understand what it is that you're trying to do. They will come with you. They will, they, it's going to be hard for them to understand it, but they will. They'll do it. This worthy pursuit of a goal. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what it is, so long as it's worthy and it's so high that it's pretty much unachievable. And you will do some of the most amazing things to get there. You want to surprise yourself? Try doing that. That's how I got this channel. I didn't realize it until now, but that's how I got here. Is I set that unachievable goal. And man, what a difference it's made. Uneducated economist, you guys let me know.